Hi, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Lois. I am for Me It Works on Instagram, YouTube, and Twitter. My channel has been on hiatus for several years, but I'm still active on Instagram. And I'm slowly trying to make a comeback on YouTube. In the past, my favorite subject was natural nail care. I've been doing my own nails for years. I really do enjoy, and I've been doing them long before the pandemic, long before the state of the current state of the world. During the past years, I've really enjoyed watching those who are new to doing their own nails, the DIYers, learning from beginning because they were used to going to the salons, and as the salons were closed, they had to do their nails themselves. It demonstrates that anyone can do their own nails. To me, this is very therapeutic. I do my nails at least once a week. Anyway, one of my favorite types of videos or nail videos has always been at the end of the year, people do my favorite products of the year or my favorite enter some number top products of the year. So I decided I would use this opportunity to share my favorite nail products and or processes of 2022. I will list them in the order, I will try to list them in the order that I would use them during a normal manicure. So let's get started. First, I need to remove my polish. I use 100% acetone. I know a lot of people don't like to use 100% acetone because it can be drying, but what I do is I use an acetone additive, which is, some oils, glycerin, and the like added, and you add this to your acetone. So I normally add 6 to 8 ounces of acetone to a bottle, along with the entire bottle of this acetone additive. This one is from Bliss Kiss. It's Simply Soft, and I add it to a bottle. This is one of the Bliss Kiss pump dispensers. Again, I add the entire contents of this acetone additive along with 6 to 8 ounces of the pure acetone. And this mix, when I use it to remove my polish, my nails are not dry, my cuticles are not dry. I don't get that white ghostly cast. There are several other brands that have acetone additives on the market. There's even a couple of YouTube videos to show you how you can make your own. I haven't gone that route yet, but I probably will at some point in time want to be scientific and try to make my own. But again, I start with a 100% pure acetone and an acetone additive. Also, with every manicure, be it a gel manicure or something with a lot of glitter, I use these clips. I apply a piece of cotton, or I saturate a small piece of cotton with my acetone additive mix. I place it on my nail, and then I place the clip over the cotton like so. And by the time I have covered all of one hand, if it's a plain cream, now if it's a glitter, that might take a little longer. By the time I place one on every nail for one hand, the first nail, I just take the clip off, press the cotton down, and the polish comes off. Give or take a couple of wipes, depends on how many coats of polish I have on, but for the most part, 1 or 2 wipes and the polish is completely gone. And so I love these clips. I got these off of eBay years ago, but I've seen them now in Walmart, Amazon. Of course, Amazon has everything, but of course you can get these on Amazon as well. So again, every manicure I use my clips. After that, I like to remove my cuticles. Now, as I mentioned, I do my nails at least once a week, so my cuticles really don't grow up my nail that often, or that, grow up my nails that, what am I saying? I really don't have that much problem with my cuticles, but with every manicure I do, at least try to push my cuticles back. And I have several cuticle pushers. There are several types. There are plastic, there are wooden ones, there are glass ones, and there are metal. My preference are the glass. This is one by Germanicure. Love this little thing. It's got the cuticle pusher on this end where you just apply the cuticle remover and you push it back gently because this can be abrasive. And it also has a pointy tip where you can get down into the sides if you need to. And so again, this is by Germanicure, one of my favorites. There are a few others out there, a few other brands. This is one that is in my stash. My favorite metal cuticle pusher is this one by Tweezerman. It's the Pushy by Tweezerman. I love that one side, although kind of sort of squarish, it's got a rounded side so it doesn't hurt or cut as I'm pushing back my cuticles. So I can push back my cuticles gently. And then the other side is straight, a straight flat cut. So if I have any stubborn cuticle, I can really get in there and push it back, but again, gently. So these are, especially the Tweezerman, this is my favorite go-to cuticle pusher. But with the cuticle pusher, you also need a cuticle remover. There are several on the market. The one that I use most often, I'm sure you've seen this one before because pretty much everybody on the internet uses it. This is Blue Cross Cuticle Remover. This bottle, I promise you, I have had it for at least 5 years because you can see it's very watery. So what I do is I put some into a empty nail polish bottle, and then I just apply it to each nail or each cuticle. And what I do, the way I do it, is I'll apply it to each nail on one hand, and then I'll go back to the first finger, apply some more, and then use my cuticle pusher to push back the cuticle, or push to remove the cuticle gently. Again, always gently, because this is a metal tool and it can hurt you. So again, I use a cuticle remover with my cuticle pusher. After that, with every manicure, I like to fine tune the shape of my nails. Now, excuse my nails today because the reason they are without polish, I mean, I have a base coat on, but the reason they are without polish is every year, or at least prior to the pandemic, every year, the New Year's Eve, I would cut my nails off or cut my nails back completely for a fresh start. And that is the plan for this weekend, because this is New Year's weekend. And so I'm going to go all the way back to the beginning and start with a fresh, fresh nubby nails and grow them out. And I will post a video on how I do that and what I plan to do and how I plan to take care of my nails. But I like to shape my nails prior to polishing my nails. There are several different types of files. I'm sure you've seen some of these. Let's get this out of the way. There are different grits of files that you can get from Sally Beauty. This is, again, I've seen on some of the videos, I chuckle at, because again, they're new. They don't, a lot of people don't know how to do their nails, but the higher the number of the grit, the finer the grit is. So like this is a 400, 600. So one side is 400, the other side is 600. And you can feel this a slight difference. This is a 6. So this is the 4 and this is the 6 because this side is slightly smoother than this side. This is a 220 to 320. Again, this is a medium. Again, different grits on either side. And this is the more coarse 100, 180. This one is really not recommended for natural nails, but sometimes I'll use it to get into my sides or the side of my nail to get some really, what am I trying to say? To shape them really well. So again, these are the 3 that I get from Sally Beauty. But my favorite type of nail file is a crystal nail file. And I have several in my stash. There are most of these, all of these can be gotten off of Amazon. This is one by Monk Blue if you want to get a little fancy. It's a crystal nail file with some Swarovski crystals on there. I just thought it was pretty, so I just had to have it. But again, it's still functional. It works. And then there is one from Bonafide Beauty. And this again is a crystal nail file available on Amazon. Very good. I like crystal nail files as opposed to the more, I call them cushion nail files, because this is not as damaging to the edge of the nails. And with a crystal nail file, you can go back and forth, where we've been told time and time again not to saw back and forth with this type of file. But with a crystal file, you can file back and forth, seesaw if you will, without damaging your nail. So this is the Bonafide Beauty crystal nail file. Another brand that I like that I've also got off of Amazon is Germanicure. This one is a bit thicker than the other 2 I've showed you, but still very good. It works very well. oftentimes I grab this one quicker than I grab the other two. This is Manicure. They are the same brand that makes the cuticle pusher, the glass cuticle pusher I showed you. And then there's also a nano file. Now a nano file, this one is by Bliss Kiss. There is one available, this one as well as another brand available on Amazon. I like the nano file because it has two textures. Especially if I'm experiencing any peeling on the tips of my nails, I will file or buff that peeling to smooth out the layers of peeling. And then I will use a second side or a second, what do I want to say, the second texture it'll actually bring a shine to your nail. I like that again when I'm experiencing peeling of my nails, and this is by Bliss Kiss. Glass files are so beneficial because they are so soft and gentle. Bountify Beauty even has one. Bella has one. This is one for pets to help. If you have a cat or a dog, you know those little claws can get sharp. This will help you, and look, it's got paw prints on here. It will help you, I'm sorry, it's got crystals. You can see the paw prints. Help you file down the claws or nails of your fur baby. It's got a little dip in here. It's not just a flat, it's got a little dip down the middle of the file to help take care of your fur baby's nails. So again, Bountify Beauty on Amazon also has nail files for your baby. Next, let's see. After I've removed my polish and I've shaped my nails, I like to thoroughly wash my hands to remove the dust, the nail polish remover, the cuticle remover, just to get all that off of my hands. After I do a good thorough washing of my hands, I also like to do, again, if you follow me on Instagram, you know I love a good exfoliating. So here are two that I reach for, but I have several others in my stash. This is the KB Shimmer Sugar Scrub, and this is the Stella Chroma Sugar Scrub. What I do is I take a bit of this and I will actually massage it into each nail as I'm washing my hands. And I personally like to do it on dry hands because it's more abrasive. If your hands are wet, the cuticle scrub tends to dissolve, so I like to do it on dry hands to get a more abrasive, thorough scrub. But again, I take care of each cuticle, each nail, and then I do the entire hand. And then again, I wash my hands a second time. And that gives me soft, exfoliated, smooth hands and cuticles. An integral part of any manicure and your daily nail life is cuticle oil and cuticle balms. Now we could talk about that all day long, and actually I probably need to just go ahead and do a separate video on cuticle nails, cuticle oils, and cuticle balms. But briefly, first, one of my favorite cuticle balms or cuticle creams, and I'm sure you've seen this one, is the Burt's Bees Lemon Butter Cuticle Cream. This one, once you can get it open, because if your hands are greasy, it can be hard to get open. But this is a solid cuticle cream, and I love to apply this on my cuticles, especially during the colder months. And yes, I live in Florida, but this week I woke up to the low 20s. Yes, that's not cold for Minnesota or Buffalo, but it's cold for Florida. So again, I love the Burt's Bees cuticle cream. There are others. Unicorn Magic has some that I absolutely love. You can check out their website, and I will post it in the down bar. Now, cuticle oils, I have enough cuticle oil probably to deep fry a turkey. Some of my favorites are the Bliss Kiss cuticle oil, the Simply Pure cuticle oil. I have the Orly Argan Oil cuticle drops. Love this one. They also have a breathable version that's supposed to be good for those who can't wear regular polish. And then we all know the Cuticle Buddy. I have several of the Cuticle Buddies. This is the unscented Cuticle Buddy. I keep one in my purse and one in my desk at work, and I have a wall full of them at home. And then this is one I've been reaching for a lot lately, and this is the California Mango Cuticle Oil. And sometimes you just want to be creative. You can make your own. This is my own version. And I use this one especially if I'm dealing with any kind of not bacterial but fungal issues or just any issues, because this has got tea tree oil in it, and so it helps take care of any issues along those lines. Again, and the years ago, back in the beginning of my YouTube channel, I posted a video on how I make my own cuticle oil. It's changed a bit since then, but cuticle oil, you can just mix jojoba. I prefer a jojoba-based cuticle oil. So jojoba, tea tree oil, rosemary oil, lavender oil, lemon, whatever your essential oils preferences are, you could add that. Vitamin E oil, whatever you prefer, you can make your own cuticle oil. There's tons of YouTube videos on how to make cuticle oil. And then, okay, so that's, oh, but let me say this. The best, absolute best cuticle oil on the market is the cuticle oil you'll use. You can buy all of them on the market, but if you don't use them, they're not going to serve a purpose. So whatever cuticle oil you find that you like, and that's a subjective choice, that is the best for you, the one that you will use. So again, cuticle oils and cuticle balms are a must. I apply cuticle oil and cuticle balms easily 6 to 8 times in a day. When I first wake up in the morning, I put cuticle oil on, and throughout the day as I wash my hands, I'm using cuticle oil. Now, when it's time for me to apply my polish, I start every manicure. And if you've been following me on Instagram, you know, or you already know this, I start every manicure with BeautyGarde Rocket Nail Fuel. This has been my go-to base coat all of 2022. I started back in the end of last year, back of 2021. I was having all kinds of nail issues. I was having separation. I had greenies on my thumbs. My nails had never been as bad. I saw this on Instagram, and so I gave it a try. I bought a bottle, and I saw a difference. I ended up buying 2 more bottles, and then 3 more bottles. I purchased about 9 bottles. I have 5 in my stash right now, 5 backups. I love this stuff to the point that I'm actually an affiliate now. And somebody just drove by on the motorcycle. I don't know if you heard it, but I'm now an affiliate, and I'll post down the bottom. If you're interested, you can save 20% with my affiliate code. But again, I start every manicure with BeautyGarde Rocket Nail Fuel. This stuff has brought my nails back to health. They're strong. They grow. I'll cut them back several times this year. Again, love this stuff. And then after my treatment base coat, I apply a adhesive base coat. And this, I'm sure, again, if you've been on YouTube, you've seen this before. This is the Orly Bonder rubberized base coat. I love this stuff to the point that I buy it in the professional refill size. And so when this bottle gets low, I refill it with the refill. Love this stuff. My polish can last easily a week to 2 weeks with just some tipware, because again, I'm on the computer all day long. So just some tipware, but my polish, I can't remember the last time my polish literally chipped. Like I see some people, this young lady I work with, she always wants to see my nails. She'll do her nails on a Monday, and by Wednesday, half of it is chipped off. I don't understand that. I asked her, I said, do you use a base coat? I think that's it. She doesn't use base coat. She doesn't go through the steps that, are required for a thorough manicure. The, base coat, top coat, letting it dry, yada, yada, yada. So, but again, my polish can last easily 2 weeks. After I use my rubberized base coat and I've applied my polish, I always do my nails just before bed. So I don't have time to sit around waiting for my nails to dry. So I need a fast dry top coat. And my fast dry top coat of preference is Glisten & Glow's fast dry top coat. I have been using this stuff religiously for years. I have several bottles on backup. I mean, I know the other brand, the Seche Vite, that a lot of people use. I have a backup bottle of that in here, but I haven't used it. I haven't used anything other than Glisten & Glow I can't remember the last time I used something other than Glisten & Glow. This is my go-to fast dry top coat. When I do my nails just shortly before bed. When I wake up, there's no sheet marks, there's no scuffs, chips, or smudges or anything. So again, if you've not tried Glisten & Glow's fast dry top coat, this is definitely one you need to try. Lastly, to have that look of a professional manicure, so there's no polish on your, on your nail, around your cuticles, and there's a clean, I like a gap, there's a clean gap. I use a cleanup brush. And I've tried several different cleanup brushes. And the one, I just tried this one for the first time. This is December. For the first time, maybe back in October. I picked it up in Target. And this is the Olive and June cleanup brush. I love this brush. I've already purchased 2 more. I have other brushes in my stash and they're good, but this one, I don't know what it's narrow enough and firm enough to give me a clean gap as well as cleaning up along the edges. So again, if you've not tried the Olive and June cleanup brush, give this one a try. It's available in Target. I've not tried any of the Olive and June nail polishes, but I do have a video coming up because I did a haul around just before Black Friday of a good several of their nail care products. None of their polishes, but their nail care products. So that will be coming, and in that is additional 2 of these cleanup brushes because again, this is a yes. So those are pretty much, I don't know if that's 10 or 12 or how many of that was, but those are my favorite nail care products and processes. And as I mentioned, I will list them all down in the down bar, and anything that's available, I'll put them on my Amazon storefront. Again, these are my favorite types of videos at this time of year. So what are some of your favorite products that you've used throughout the year? Did you have a favorite base coat? Did you have a favorite top coat? Favorite files? What were some of your favorites? Because again, I love seeing what other people use because I like trying different things. While I have my go-tos, I'm a girl who likes, a woman who likes choices. So that's why I have several different types of each of these products in my stash. I like choices. So please share with me, share with us some of your favorite products of 2022. Grace, peace, joy, and blessings.